3 through 2025, John Deere 6 through 9 series tractors, sprayers, and combines, or lock in at 2.9 fixed rate for 36 months, followed by 6.35% for another 36 months. As you're planning ahead for next year's crop, we've got a solution that works for your bottom line. Visit your local Landmark Implement for details or check us out at landmarkimp.com and experience the Landmark difference.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey, Husker Nation. This is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, the #1 fastest growing GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln area. We are going to keep this train rolling in a big way with new half-ton and 4x4 pickup trucks starting at $12,500 off list price or 0% financing. You heard that right, $12,500 off list price or 0% financing. You pick which one works better for you. Please stop on in the dealership and meet the team or check us out at coppellcars.com. Stock number C280930. All deals with approved credit.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agriculture storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post-frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
This is the Adam Carriker Show.
Position right of the quarterback, out of the shotgun, 1st and 20. Jailbreak screen in the air. It is tipped. It is intercepted by Carriker at the Missouri 21-yard line.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, 8-year NFL vet and All-American defensive lineman Adam Carriker.
Shotgun snap to Everett. He's got the left arm going, and now he's got a whole lot of Adam Carriker who rips him down inside the 25-yard line.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Adam Carriker.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are a day away from Nebraska football returning. All right. I told Jake, I put out my prediction earlier this week. The headline of the show is, did Adam Carriker change his prediction for Nebraska versus Penn State? Now, I put it out earlier this week. I had Nebraska 24, Penn State 21. I always reserve the right to change my prediction, and I have a couple of times. I've changed score predictions. Not a lot. Well, this is our 11th game of the year, so through the first 10 games, I think I've done it 3 times. It's about 1 out of every 3. I do reserve the right to change my mind. My wife can do it. Why can't I do it? Hi, honey. How are you? Not just her. I do it all the time. I probably do it more than her, to be honest with you. She's a little bit more organized. I'm a little bit more fly by the seat of my pants, so I tend to change my mind a little bit more. She's a little bit more ready and prepared. Other than shows, I'm absurdly prepared for shows, but I always reserve the right to change my opinion. And I told Jake, what did I tell you? What did I tell you right before the glass shattered and the show started? What did I tell you?
Oh, now you're putting me on the spot.
You never listen to me, do you? What did I tell you? I said I'm literally still debating.
Yeah.
Did I not tell you that? I'm literally still
did, yeah.
debating. So I'll even put something out a lot of times on Friday at noon, social media. But this show ends at 1. This show is the be-all, end-all when it comes to if Adam Carriker is going to change his mind on a prediction. I'm still going back and forth. So here's what we're going to do. We got a lot to talk about this show. Husker sports running wild, ladies and gentlemen. Nebraska women's basketball 5-0. Men's basketball 5-0. You watched that game at all last night versus New Mexico?
Absolutely. It was awesome.
Dude. Oklahoma's head coach, like they're going to be there in March. You look at Nebraska women's basketball. This is the best team on paper Amy Williams has put together. Let me repeat that. This is the best team on paper Amy Williams has put together. This is her 9th season here at Nebraska, I believe. Is that correct?
I can look it up.
Wake up from your nap, Jake.
I don't know what
Golly.
season is for Amy Williams off the top of my head.
Well, why not? So, with Fred Hoiberg, we're 5 games in. We look really good. New Mexico is typically pretty good at basketball. They were 3-1 coming into last night. And beat them by double digits. Looked pretty good, especially as the game went along. This may be the best team Fred Hoiberg has put together. Now, Amy Williams has taken Nebraska women's basketball to the tournament, won a tournament game. Hoiberg, we still have the nation's longest winning streak. Technically, we won a postseason tournament. I mean, these things are all factually correct, right?
That's right.
This still may be the best team he's put together. The Crown Tournament counts. Okay. Did you find out yet?
10th season.
10th season. All right. Now, I legit believe this is Fred Hoiberg's best team on paper. This is Amy Williams' best team on paper. The rifle team is number 1. On paper, this is the best wrestling team Mark Manning's had. A little bit of a rough start, but I have no doubt they're going to bounce back. You have a returning national champion. You have another one who comes in. You got All-Americans. You got a program finally getting somewhat of the recognition that they deserve. They should have had for a long time. Rifle team number 1. You look at softball. Of their 5 best players from a year ago, 4 of them are back, including the best player in the country, Jordy Ball. Remember, they were 1 inning away. They were 1 pitch away from going to the Women's College World Series. They're going to be as good, if not better. I predict them to be better. Now, admittedly, men's baseball, back-to-back Big Ten champions, I have not looked to see who's returning and who's not. Do you have any idea off the top of your head? And we're way ahead of their season. But just looking at other Husker sports, I've never been this excited to talk all Husker sports as I am right here, right now, which is why I'm leading off a day before Nebraska at Penn State football game talking about other Husker sports. That's how excited I am. Don't worry, we're going to get in the game. And I'm still trying to figure out my prediction. I'm going to buy it as much time as I can.
Is that what you're doing? You're just buying time?
I have it till 1 o'clock. Dadgummit. What do you know about the baseball team? Admittedly, I've not looked at all. I can't speak to them at all, like I can most of these other teams.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know necessarily. They got some guys to replace, but again, like you said, at least the momentum of having won the last couple of years.
Of all of them, they may be the team with the least amount of returning guys, because remember, we had a ton last year, which is why I'm not as familiar with them. And again, we're way ahead of baseball season. Now, baseball notwithstanding, 2-time Big Ten champs, softball, basketball, both basketballs. You got wrestling, you got rifle. Don't forget about track, top 25 last year.
Bowling.
Frickin' bowling, the best bowling program in the country. Are they number 2 right now? Do you know the answer to anything? I'm sorry to get you randomly out of nowhere.
They were, last time I checked, they were number 1 according to RPI.
Okay. We go by whatever ranks us the highest. That's what we do. We're like the SEC. We pick and choose the facts we want. It's our narrative to create. You know, have you ever noticed I have 2 different sayings when it comes to facts? Facts don't care about feelings. This is when I'm being more serious. When I'm being more facetious and having fun. Don't let facts get in the way of a good story. It's just whatever narrative I want to go with that day. Again, one is when I'm more serious. One is when I'm having more fun. So I can't wait to start talking about more of these. But you watch Nebraska. Oh, my God. We didn't even talk about volleyball. Like the most obvious one. You look at volleyball last night. Okay, we're just going to go into this a little bit. Then we're going to get to the clips, and we will get to football as well. Let me go back to the beginning here of all my notes. So we're going to start with women's basketball. 5-0. Britt Prince. All right, so in a recent game, Nebraska women's basketball, okay, Oral Roberts, they beat them 3-58. But Britt Prince had 30 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. She was 4 from 6 from three-point land. All right. Not to be outdone, Eliza Mapane had 17 points. Nebraska had 49 rebounds. Or Roberts had 27. Okay. The opponents will get tougher. But Britt Prince now has 503 career points. She was a teenager last year. Just to reiterate that to people, she's a sophomore, and that's how young she is. She ties her single-game career high with 24, all right, as well. So Nebraska women's basketball looks really good so far. Obviously, the competition will get tougher, but this is the best team Amy Williams has had on paper, in my humble opinion. Nebraska volleyball, 27-0, 17-0, clinched a share of the Big Ten title by taking down our good friends from Iowa. Iowa has not beaten Nebraska in a set. Do you know how many? I actually know this answer. Just throw a big number out there.
50.
Close, 43. We've won 43 straight sets versus our good and inferior friends from Iowa. Yeah, I said it. All right. This is the third straight season where the Huskers have clinched at least a share of the Big Ten title. They could lose every match for the rest of the year. They got a share of the Big Ten title. All right. Let me see what we got here. The Huskers hit at 384 and held the Hawkeyes to a clip of .073. Think about that. Think about that. We have the best defensive team in the country. Remember I casually threw out like 2 months ago that we were last in the Big Ten when it came to serving aces? We've gone up. We're second to last. Who cares, though? Like, we're so good in every other department. And you and I debated, do you think they do that on purpose because they're so good in every other department? It's kind of like, maybe this is or isn't our strength, but let's put ourselves in a position to have success, which is, hey, we're going to keep your hitting percentage to an abysmal .073 while we're hitting almost 3.5. You know what I mean? So for me, Nebraska volleyball, obviously there's some high expectations there. I'm not going to lie to you. College football coaches have said, other sport coaches have said, but mostly football because you play less games, so each game tends to mean more. I'd almost rather lose a game and our team becomes better because they lose a game, they get the pressure of the undefeated season off their shoulders. It's a reminder that you've not arrived yet, and a lot of times we're better after a loss. They'll go on to win a national title. He's like, a lot of these coaches, had we been undefeated at the end of the regular season, we may not have been in as good of a mental state. So part of me almost wishes they'd lose a set, but I don't think that's necessary. They've got a fire in their belly. Final Four last year. Obviously didn't win it all. National championship match, lost to the bad guys from Austin 2 years ago. Most of those players are back. I don't think they need a reminder. I think they're raring to go. What I also love watching is if you watch, like, it's not just the starters that are making plays. Bumstead, Spike, all that digs, all that stuff. Like, there's a rotation. Denny Busboom Kelly is getting so many of these players experience, and they have depth. Not just for this year, God forbid any injuries, but going forward in the future. And then you keep recruiting it at the insane high level that they're at. It's going to be crazy to watch in a very good way going forward. All right, we go to football. Here's why I've struggled. 11 games, let's just include Iowa. 12 games this year. 9 of them, I was like, I know what to expect. Not the score or who's going to win. We always have fun giving keys to the game. The keys to the game, honestly, haven't been too hard to figure out this year, especially, more often than not. The prediction, obviously, is a little bit more challenging. But what to expect from the opponent, 9 times out of 12, it's not been rocket science. Hey, Michigan's going to come in and run the ball 1,000 times. Iowa's going to do the same. All right? Maryland's going to throw the ball a little bit more. I mean, Houston Christian and Akron, you kind of knew. A lot of these teams, Minnesota's going to Minnesota, unfortunately. And there's been 3 games where I was like, I don't know. Cincinnati, first game of the year. Don't know what to expect from either team. By the way, a whole lot better than a lot of people thought going into that game. I called them a dark horse Big 12 contender since. They have been since. I said it the day after. They have been since. Now, they're probably not going to get to the Big 12 championship game, which is hence the term dark horse, but they've been in that conversation all year. And then UCLA, hey, true freshman quarterback on our end. They've been wildly unpredictable the whole year. Okay, didn't know what to make of it. Penn State's the same. What I do expect, what I do feel safe in saying is they're going to come out with emotions. We are a team that starts fast. We don't always maintain it for the full 4 quarters. Part of that's being young. Part of that is coaches growing in their in-game management. You're not an A+ in everything as a player, so why do we expect coaches to be the same? You have certain areas you need to improve in. That's one I would like to see progressive growth in as the season goes along and years go along. But I expect Penn State to come out with a lot of emotion. Senior day, that's a veteran roster. That's a veteran roster. Katron Allen, Nick Singleton, they've been co-starters for 2 years as the running backs. Offensive line, guys on defense. Had Drew Aller not gotten hurt, it was his third year starting. That's a veteran roster. That's the last time they're ever going to play a game. Beaver Stadium, Happy Valley. I expect them to come out with emotions. My question is, does it last 4 full quarters? Does it last 4 quarters? Because that can be hard to do. Do we start fast? And how do we do through 4 full quarters? Because we haven't maintained it yet through a game, which is hard to do. Who's the better second half team? Who's the better second half team? I don't like the fact that they ran the ball 50 plus times last week. That makes me nervous. I'd rather they try to throw it 50 plus times, but they're not going to. Their freshman backup quarterback has thrown as many interceptions, 4, as he has touchdown passes, 4, since Drew Aller went out and he became the starter. They're 112th in the country in passing offense. They're facing an elite pass defense. Our run defense is 90th, 91st in the country. Now, their run stats aren't going to blow you away as a whole, but they know the strength of their team is their offensive line, which was a preseason Joe Moore Award offensive line favorite, preseason favorite to win the top offensive line in the country. Now, that's not going to come to fruition, but they're still really good. The most talented running back duo in the country. So I think they're going to run the ball 50 plus times. I don't know. I don't know if that makes you feel great as a Husker fan. So that's got me nervous. I do think that TJ Lateef, when he took over, I said our floor just got lower and our ceiling just got higher. Remember, we did like a whole show on that. Floor got lower, ceiling got higher. Now, TJ's floor is probably still lower than Dylan's, just being younger. This is his first true road test. UCLA became Lincoln West. Shout out to Husker fans. Never take any Big Ten wins for granted. But it's a true road test on an emotional day for the other team. I'm sure they're going to have a lot of friends and family in the stands making extra noise as well, those seniors and upperclassmen. So the floor is probably still lower than Dylan. I still think the ceiling is higher just because he can threaten you with his legs in a way that we hadn't had from the quarterback position this year. Not a shot, just is what it is, beyond obvious. What I'm getting at, though, is TJ Lateef's floor, as I saw it going into UCLA, is higher against Penn State. Even though the competition is better, he's shown enough. He has shown enough that he still has a lower floor than Dylan just because of his age and inexperience and things of that nature. But his floor is higher significantly in my mind than it was at UCLA after what I saw from him. But I think our ceiling is still higher with him, at least for now. It's not a shot at anybody, just for now. So to me, I'm actually like, that makes me feel better. We got a younger, less experienced quarterback starting. The floor might be lower, but the ceiling might be higher, but the floor is not as low as it was, in my opinion, at UCLA. Now that we're going to Penn State, I actually might feel that a little bit better about that. And here's a stat I threw around, and I'm going to throw it out there again. Penn State, top 5 roster in the country, preseason number 2. Okay? All that's true. They might show up, and they might be that team on Saturday. I expect that team to come out the tunnel and be there the first quarter, maybe the second quarter. What happens the third? What happens the fourth? I don't know. What happens with us the third and the fourth? I don't know. When I think about Penn State, they're the same team that's only beaten one team all year with a winning record, Villanova. Villanova's an FCS team. This is not basketball, with all due respect to their football program. They have beaten 0 FBS teams with a winning record this year. Did you know that?
Not off the top of my head, no.
You don't know anything off the top of your head today. Your in-depth knowledge is phenomenal, but off the top of your head, man, you're not a few fries short of a Happy Meal. Join me like I am every day. Not the sharpest knife in the drawer, a few fries short of a Happy Meal. That's how I operate every day. Come join me. All right, it's fun over here. That's why my wife is more decisive than I am and more organized than I am outside of shows. In the second half, are they the team that's riding the emotions of the first half still? The preseason number 2 team in the country that took Oregon to double overtime? Top 5 roster? Or do they become that team in the second half that has beaten 0 FBS teams with a winning record this year? And what does Nebraska do? Are we the team that starts fast? How many double-digit leads have we blown this year? We blew 2 against Maryland alone. Blew another one versus Michigan State. Now we didn't blow. I don't want to say blow. I mean, we did. Almost blew a 21-point lead to UCLA. Now, I do think the game plan and game calling changed once we got up by that much. And sometimes that makes sense. No point in taking risks. But do we get a big lead and let them back in? Do they get a big lead? How do we respond if they're riding the wave of emotions? One of the biggest, like us stopping the run's a huge key. Protecting TJ Lateef is a huge key. The second half. This game will be won and lost in the second half. And I don't know what to make of it. Do they come out and run the ball 80 times? I'm not going to lie to you. I might be tempted to do that if I'm Penn State. Katron Allen, get your 40 carries. Nick Singleton, get your 40 carries. They're not going to do that. I'm just saying, what do they have to lose? And if I'm Penn State, I'm looking at an elite pass defense and a 91st in the country ranked run defense, and I'm looking at our backfield, and I'm looking at my young quarterback, and I'm looking at our O-line. That's what makes me nervous. Thoughts, Jake?
Yeah, it's a tough game to predict for a lot of people. I mean, Penn State being as heavy a favorite definitely surprises folks. But to that rushing game defense, again, these are a couple NFL backs. I mean, Emmett Johnson is going to be considered considering going to the NFL. Both these guys right now would be projected ahead of him, and so you got to look out for that, especially in the big game runs. That's what I've been talking about. I think Nebraska's gotten a little bit better as the season progressed, certainly compared to the Michigan game, that sort of stuff. As far as not allowing big game runs, if Penn State gets 180 yards on the ground, probably going to happen, right? But is it going to be, trying to churning away, trying to pick up, third downs and all that sort of stuff, and maybe cashing in or the end? Or is it going to be those 60, a couple 60, 50-yard runs that directly relate to touchdowns? Certainly could be the difference in this game. And for Nebraska, too, I mean, it's going to be about pacing. As much as you can look at the Penn State record as well at 4-6, and say that not been good, is that they've played in every ball game. Okay, they might not have beaten the most impressive teams this year, to your point, but there's only one game that wasn't a game in their loss column, and that was Ohio State, which was a game. And going into the second half, I mean, so they've played two top 10 teams right down to the wire, Indiana and Oregon. There's no reason to believe Nebraska could come in here and steamroll them. So you gotta kind of have that in mind, even if you do go up 14, right? I mean, they could break off one of those long runs and get right back into it. But Nebraska and Penn State, the intriguing part about it is there's not going to be a whole lot of flair. There's not going to be a whole lot of guesswork. It's going to be who wins the ground game.
Not a whole lot of flair. That's a kind way of putting it. So I get tired of every year hearing how easy Penn State's schedule is. You know that's not the case this year, right? To their credit, Oregon, okay, college football playoff team, Iowa, top 25 team, probably will finish top 25, depending on what happened Black Friday, Ohio State, Indiana. Like, they've had a lot tougher schedule. I don't know how we're going to look next year, just if you're looking ahead. Now, that same team lost to UCLA and Northwestern. So we'll see what happens. I've been saving this stat. In conference play, their quarterback run is not been an issue. They're averaging less than 4 yards a carry in Big Ten play. That's a ginormous stat. Because to your point, if they rush for 180 yards, but they're averaging under 4 yards a carry, Nebraska's Achilles heel when it comes to stopping the run has been the big runs. 3 big runs to Michigan. Maryland had a big run. Northwestern had a 50-plus yard touchdown run called back. And if you watch it, I think you just pancaked our guy. Have I told you that referee crew, they're being reprimanded for that game?
Which one's that?
The Northwestern Nebraska referee crew.
Oh,
Did I ever tell you that?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, they're being reprimanded. That's how bad it was. That was the time when I went on air and cried and whined afterwards. I didn't cry and whine, but I'm just going to poke fun at myself. I made a stink of it. I feel justified now. Okay?
Well, yeah, Northwestern had some arguments in that one as well.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it was both ways. People thought I was whining for Nebraska. No, I was complaining in general. And now I feel justified. Obviously, I did in the moment, but, it could be wrong. It's happened before, once or twice in eternity, or 1,000 times. So my point is, it's the big runs. If we can limit the big runs, the key stat of the game may be Penn State's yards per carry. That may be if they run for 180 and they ran the ball 45, 50 times, we might have won. But if they run for 180 on their first 15 carries, we're in trouble. And keep in mind, Nebraska, one of only 7 teams in the entire country, 136 FBS teams, is not allowed over 400 total yards in a game. Okay? So keep that in mind. All right, a couple of other stats. Now, to balance this out, we've beaten 2 teams with a winning record so far this year in FBS. So not a ton. the combined records of the teams that we played so far this year. Do you want to know what it is?
Sure.
28-44. And we got to look at it both ways. You take Cincinnati out of it, and it's 21-41. Someone sent this to me. Why they randomly chose to take Cincinnati out, I don't know. But I did. I'm like, this is correct. So it goes both ways a little bit. All right, a couple of quick thoughts before we head to break, because I know you're getting panicky over there. You look at special teams. We have the advantage on special teams. It is so fun every freaking week to say we have this advantage on special teams. More often than not, we have the advantage in turnovers and penalties. I just enjoy being able to say that instead of, oh, that's something we've got to overcome every week like we've had in recent years.
It is worth noting, Penn State will not hurt themselves in the penalty department.
No, they're very disciplined. That's why I went to special teams and I left that out. Thanks, Bad News Buck.
Yeah, no problem. You mentioned it briefly. I said, oh, there, I got a chance.
No, I like it. No, you keep us balanced. You keep us balanced, and I think people look forward to the bad news. All right, do it. Roll it. Bad News Buck. Roll it, dude. Roll it.
I don't have it.
You don't have it? Okay, let me read these stats. Then let me know if you have it after this. So, when it comes to special teams rankings, we are top 20 in kick return yards, punt return yards, kick return defense, and punt return defense. Think about that for a second. All right. RG3 puts out his Heisman rankings as the season goes along. Jacob Rodriguez, linebacker from Texas Tech, he's high up on everyone's board. I love that. You know, his stats are better than Manti Te'o's. There's an insert catfish joke here, but I'm not going to do it. But like his stats are up there. The last linebacker to go to New York. They're actually better. All right, Marcel Reed, Texas A&M quarterback. Fernando Mendoza, Indiana quarterback. Julian Sain, Ohio State quarterback. Haynes King, Georgia Tech quarterback. And this is the one I have beef with. Not that he doesn't deserve to be there, but if Jeremiah Love is ahead of Emmett, are we looking at individual performances, which Jeremiah is a stud. I might pop him in the first round if I'm an NFL team. And teams don't pop backs in the first round. But why is he ahead of Emmett when Emmett's got the advantage in almost every statistical category? That's my thing. Here's another stat that's not been talked about. Emmett Johnson. Oh, wow. I don't even want to say this out loud. I'm going to knock on wood. Is this wood? All right, I'm just going to use my head. That works. He only has one fumble this year. That's amazing. If he fumbles this weekend, I accept no responsibility in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying. I trust him that much. Did you get the bad news, Bach?
Yeah, I did.
All right, go ahead.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news. Bad news.
So, why not promote one of your sponsors after something like that? just the timing, nothing more. Ladies and gentlemen, before we go to break, check out Mulberry Barbecue. They're good, our good friends here on the show. Mulberry Barbecue now has 2 locations at 11th and Cornhusker and 61st and Apples Way, right off of Highway 2 by Lowe's. Both locations are open Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Try their burn-in sandwich, a brisket burrito, barbecue nachos. Ladies and gentlemen, a delicious full slab of ribs. I'm personally partial to those. A half-smoked chicken and much, much more. Plus, get incredible sides or get fueled for lunch today or make dinner plans at Mulberry Barbecue, located at 11th and Cornhusker and at 61st and Apples Way, just off of Highway 2 by Lowe's. So I told Jake, we got 3 clips to play. I was like, let's start off the show with 3 clips. Didn't get to them. We were supposed to run them yesterday. You remember that?
Yep.
Didn't get to them. Didn't we have these on Tuesday as well?
I think we've had a few of them.
Wasn't it last week we got through 6 in one segment? Was it 6?
Yeah.
We don't have 6. We have 3 clips. We are going to get through them, by golly, in the next segment. And in the final segment, I'm going to quit dodging and make Jake give his prediction for Nebraska versus Penn State. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, the #1 fastest growing GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln area. We are going to keep this train rolling in a big way with new half-ton and 4x4 pickup trucks starting at $12,500 off list price or 0% financing. You heard that right, $12,500 off list price or 0% financing. You pick which one works better for you. Please stop on in the dealership and meet the team or check us out at koppelcars.com. Stock number C280930. All deals with approved credit.
Nutrition Authority invites you to check out the all-new Epic Effects. Epic Effects is designed to blast body fat, curb cravings, and provide the smooth energy to get you through the day. Home of free samples and better than internet pricing, Epic Effects can only be found at Nutrition Authority. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Midwest Bank is hosting our annual Thanksgiving food drive, partnering with local Lincoln schools to provide Thanksgiving dinners to families in need. We hope to provide meals for more than 120 families in our community this year. You can help by dropping off a donation at either Midwest Bank location, 7001 Pioneers Boulevard or 2655 Jamie Lane. Any donation is greatly appreciated. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
It's No Shave November at Limitless Male. Let the beard grow and lose weight. If extra weight is holding you back from activities, the men's health experts at Limitless Male can help. It's no fun being left out because your weight is holding you back. GLP-1s from Limitless Male will help you drop the weight fast, and you won't be hungry. When you feel good and look good, you'll wonder why you waited so long for a free consult at Limitless Male.
Make your next event unforgettable with Grazing Gouda, your local artists and experts in charcuterie and grazed tables. From boardrooms to ballrooms, they turn gatherings into experiences with stunning spreads of artesian cheeses, cured meats, fresh fruits, and gourmet bites. Perfect for corporate luncheons, weddings, parties, or any celebration that deserves a wow moment. They handle the details. You take the compliments. Book your graze table today at GrazingGouda.com. Grazing Gouda, because every event deserves to be savored.
This is your year to win way more than bragging rights. At Warhorse Casino, your love of the game could earn you serious cash. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with cash prizes all season long, like up to $1,000 weekly, with your chance at $1 million, all while earning tier points and comp points every time you place a sports bet. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at WindowWorldLincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Hi, I'm Steve Carper, and I'm here to tell you that there's never been a better time to buy flooring. Whether you need carpet, wood flooring, ceramic tile, vinyl, area rugs, or custom blinds, you got to come to O Street Carpet. With our 12-month interest-free financing, you can do one room or your whole house and leave your holiday budget intact. And with our huge in-stock selection, you can buy today and we'll install it right away. 1732 O Street. We want to make you a customer for life.
Looking to upgrade your equipment and keep cash in your pocket? Through November at Landmark Implement, choose from a 12-month waiver on model year 2023 through 2025. John Deere 6 through 9 series tractors, sprayers, and combines. Or lock in at 2.9 fixed rate for 36 months, followed by 6.35% for another 36 months. As you're planning ahead for next year's crop, we've got a solution that works for your bottom line. Visit your local Landmark Implement for details or check us out at landmarkimp.com and experience the Landmark difference.
A business's phone is the lifeline to its customers and potential clients. That's why it's so important that you can take calls seamlessly from anywhere, whether you're on the road or in the office. Hamilton Business Technologies can help ensure your phone rings wherever you are. We can equip your headquarters and any of its locations with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we know how to keep Nebraska businesses connected. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
This is the Adam Carriker Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Adam Carriker Show here on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm a former Husker and NFL player and a bit of a health nut. Hydration and recovery, they do start at home. That's why you should team up with Culligan of Lincoln. Soft water means better showers, cleaner dishes, and it protects your water heater and appliances. Their high-efficiency softener cuts salt and water usage For drinking, make sure you add a Culligan reverse osmosis bottled quality water right at your tap. Great taste, and it's certified to reduce tough contaminants like lead and PFAs. Right now, get up to $300 off a whole home system or just $9.95 a month for your first 3 months. Schedule your free water test at CulliganHuskers.com. That's CulliganHuskers.com. Culligan of Lincoln. Water you love. Go Big Red. Now, I'm just going to give you a warning. We're going to kind of be all over the place. A little bit of randomness in this next segment here. We got 3 clips that are vastly different. I've got a bunch of notes that are vastly different. So let's go be erratic. Go ahead, Jake.
All right, let's start with Emmett Johnson.
Because Nebraska is a special place, and I want to be able to have recruits, whether it be recruits or people, look at this place and know it's a special place and it's a special family. So I'm blessed to be the one doing that and helping. But like I said, it's a special place. A lot of great people here. So it's bigger than just football. A lot of great humans here, and so that's what I want to help push to other people.
So the reason I like that clip, number one, I like Emmett. He's humble, and you listen to that, you could say, oh, he's just saying all the right things. No, that is one of the things that's special about Nebraska. Like ever since we moved back here, with all love, due respect to the people we met at Colorado, there was a lot of wonderful folks. There was a lot of pain in the butts. Even my kids have been like, man, the people are just nicer in Nebraska. Yeah. There's something different about the people here in Nebraska. So he could just be saying the right things based on my experience. There's a lot of truth in what he said. All right, what do you got next?
All right, let's jump to Mike Elko.
That's what we owe it to them. Like what do you want us to do? Panic?
So pause.
Again,
So this was his press conference after the game. After they were down 30-3 at halftime to South Carolina, they came back and won. And won. And the headline to this, when I saw it, was Mike Elko basically saying people are gonna overreact to the halftime speech, and that's why they come back and won. And he's saying, no, you might want to start it over now that I've kind of set the table a little bit, if you can. No. This game wasn't won with a halftime speech. He explains how he believes they were able to come back and win that game. Go ahead.
That's what we owe it to them. What do you want us to do? Panic? This speech, I'm sure will come out at halftime, and everyone thinks this is this amazing speech at halftime. It's not. We won that game 6 months ago with what we did in the winter. We didn't win that game because I went in at halftime and said something. We built a culture, we built a character, we built a commitment to doing things the way we want to do them back in January and February. And that's what came out in the second half. And it's not I went in and I riled them up, and because I riled them up, they started playing. That's not how this works. It just doesn't. And so I have to be calm and collective. My job is to be calm and collective when they're frantic. My job is to create intensity when they're not intense. My job is to always be opposite the moment. It's not to let the moment take me away. I'm the 48-year-old guy who's supposed to see this thing with clear eyes. They're the 18 to 21-year-old kids who get emotional. And so it's easy for me. It's easy for me to try to help them get through it as best I can. Now, again, I don't want to be in that situation. I'm not saying I do, but when you're in it, you got to try to figure your way out of it. And we were able to do that.
I need to be the opposite of what my team is. When they're frantic, I need to be calm. When they're not motivated, I need to rile them up. Dude, so much truth. The other thing I took away from that, and I've said this to people all the time. I coach teams all the time. You have these people who don't want to show up, and then all of a sudden, the last practice before a championship game, hi, I'm here. Or the week of. No, this game was won and lost 2, 3, 4 months ago. Or this, depending on what level you're playing and how long your seasons are. This game was won and lost last winter. The game is just played this Saturday, but it was won and lost months ago. I wasn't sure about Elko, to be honest with you. I know A&M folks love him. They have not played a tough schedule. They've won a lot of games, and he has turned them around. And obviously, a lot of people weren't pleased with Jimbo Fisher. But after hearing that, I became an Elko fan because that makes so much sense. All right. This next one is Jordan, right?
Yep.
All right. Go ahead.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan, to be clear, not my daughter. Go ahead.
Knock on the door, and I can hear someone says, shh, someone's outside. And then you hear this deep voice says, who is it? I says, MJ. And then they all say, oh, he's just a rookie. Don't worry about it. So they open up the door. Things I've never seen in my life, as a young kid. It wasn't basketball. It was smoke, drugs, women, and teammates lost in the moment. And I froze for a second. I thought, maybe this is what being in the league means. Maybe this is a life. But then something to me said, If you walk in that room, you'll never walk out the same. So I shut the door, I walked away. My heart was pounding, but my mind was clear. I didn't come to the NBA to destroy myself. I came here to become something greater. You see, that was the first real test. Not a game, not a buzzer beater, not a finals moment. It was that hallway, that door, that choice. If I had stepped in, maybe you'd never know the name, Michael Jordan, but I didn't. I chose discipline over temptation, focus over fun. And that decision, that single moment, saved my career before it even started.
Discipline over temptation, focus over fun. I forget the first place I heard someone say something similar. They're like, you're going to sacrifice no matter what. You're either going to sacrifice being successful because you want to enjoy the moment, or you're going to sacrifice the moment in order to have greater odds of being successful. And he's probably right. Maybe he goes in that room, does it one time, never does it again. Odds of that aren't great. The odds are he makes a different decision. Michael Jordan, his airness isn't looked at the same. Games are won and lost months and years before they're played. Things in life I've learned. I don't speak from a position of, hey, I made every right decision. I speak from a position of, I got some right, I got some wrong. I wish I could really redo over again. And I look around at people around me who are successful, and I'm like, I take a little bit from that person, a little bit from that person, a little bit from what I did right, a little bit from what I did wrong, and the lessons I learn every day. And man, choosing sacrifice over temptation and focus over fun. Those words stuck with me when I heard that. I couldn't get them out of my head after I heard that. He didn't use the words being a prisoner of the moment. I've used that at times. It's hard not to be a prisoner of the moment sometimes. But what I try to keep in mind is whatever it is, if you're trying to be successful at something, 9 times out of 10, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And I try to keep that in mind. You're smirking at a comment. This is a very serious moment. What are you smirking at, dude?
Just a very good comment off the text.
Yeah,
line.
go ahead.
Corey in Lincoln says he chose temptation and fun quite a bit. It helps when you're the most talented guy of all time. It takes away from the moment, but he did enjoy some cigars and some gambling as well.
He did. He wasn't flawless. He was human. But he didn't let it affect what he was doing for a living. Now, I will say this. Can we inarguably say he was the most talented guy of all time? Can we inarguably say that? Like there's no debate. I'm asking.
I mean, I wouldn't say that. I always say LeBron's like the best built basketball player of all time. I think Michael Jordan's the best basketball player of all time.
So I think there's more that goes into it than that. Yeah. But the point stands. You have to start with a certain amount of talent. If you need a sundial to measure how fast you're running your 40, football might not be in your future. That's a little Giants thing, by the way. The one kid runs, and Ed O'Neill, who's not the nicest coach in the world, is like tying him. The kid goes, oh, what was my 40 time coach? Like he just ran 4 miles instead of 40 yards. He goes, I don't know, son. I don't have a sundial. So that always stuck with me ever since I was a kid. Ed O'Neill said that, not me. All right. So here's a bunch of kind of all over the place type stuff. Let's dive into it. Darian Jones out of Omaha, number 2 recruit in the state of Nebraska, is now a 4-star. He's going to Iowa. He's going to the bad guys. But I want to shout out kids from Nebraska nonetheless. Okay. And there's a lot of kids from Nebraska that are doing really good things. Number 1, Jet Tamala, obviously going to Alabama. Darian Jones is a 4-star to Iowa. And then you got a lot of 3-stars. But you go on down this list. Iowa State, Northwestern, Iowa State, as we know. All right. Come on, thing, work with me here. Iowa State, Missouri, Iowa. Man, a lot more Iowa States than I even realized. All right, Maurice Purify, the second. I played with his dad, obviously. The number 11 recruit, Omaha West Side, out of the state of Nebraska. Hasn't declared where he's going yet. Nebraska did get the number 12 recruit, Jace Reynolds. But the point wasn't to point out who's going where, who's not going where. The state of Nebraska has a lot of football talent. There are 12 D1 guys, Power 4 guys that I'm looking at right here, right now on this list. And if you remember, Omaha West Side, Millard South, they had 28 guys that played in that game last weekend that had D2 offers or better. So there's a lot of talent within the state of Nebraska, and I like to shout those guys out. I don't want to shout this part out, but it is what it is. And you brought up an interesting point. How does our 2026 class compare to other schools over time? And if Nebraska guys aren't going to Nebraska, they're going somewhere else. Iowa has 7 4-stars in their 2026 class. I've never seen them have that many. It does not excite me. All right, let the randomness continue. Nebraska's middle blockers are the only duo to rank in the top 30 nationally in hitting percentage. Andy Jackson, up for Player of the Year, along with Bergen Riley, is second, and Rebecca Alec is 8th in the country. They lead the Big Ten as well. And actually, let me correct myself from earlier. Iowa's not only lost 43 straight matches to Nebraska in volleyball, They've never beaten Nebraska in a match since we joined the Big Ten. All right, and as I mentioned, Big Ten Player of the Year candidates, you got Andy Jackson, whose hitting percentage is .461. You got Bergen Riley, all right, who actually is the two-time Big Ten Setter of the Year. Probably a favorite for that again. I need you to actually fact-check this one for me as I go on. Someone, Pavelka's fat uncle on X, put this out. The Huskers are now up to 8th in the Big Ten for the 2026 class. That would be a humongous jump. I've not fact-checked that. While I go on, can you just fact-check that for me?
This is for football?
Oh, he didn't specify. Yeah. I would assume so.
For the 2026 class?
Huskers now up to 8th in the Big Ten for the 2026 class. Go Big Red. That's the tweet from Pavelka's fat uncle. Can you confirm that for me?
After Dayton left, though, I wouldn't think that it would.
That's why I'm asking for confirmation.
Yeah. Well, so they dropped in the. I can look in the Big Ten, but
look
they're
in the
down
Big
to
Ten
90,
for me.
They went from 90th to 98th after.
I have my doubts
Dayton
about
left.
this.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking for confirmation.
That's why I was questioning. I was like, I
didn't have time to do it myself. The glass shattered, and I was like, oh crap, let's go on air.
All right, I'll look.
All right, for the Heisman favorites this year, Fernando Mendoza, Julian Sain, Marcel Reed, Diego Pavia. When it came to how highly recruited they were, Fernando Mendoza was a 2-star. Diego Pavia was a 2-star. Think about that. Now, Julian Sain, 5-star, number 1 quarterback in the entire country in his class, the same class as Dylan Raiola. Marcel Reed was a 4-star. It says here 20 next to him, so maybe that means top 20 recruit in the country. All right, jumping all over the place continues. Did you know that Shadur Sanders is the 42nd quarterback to start for the Browns since 1999? As absurd as that is, I'm 0% surprised. Like, that's just absurd, though. Kentucky basketball dropped $22 million reportedly on their basketball roster. Thoughts?
That's a lot more. That's a lot of money. That's a lot more than I think Nebraska's put down.
Michigan State, by comparison, $3.5 million. Reportedly. All right, PFN college highest graded FBS running backs. Jeremiah Love is number 2, 90.2. Kewan Lacey, former Nebraska commit, 90.1. There's rumors he might enter the portal. I wonder if he'd come back. Not come back, but come here. We'll see. Talking about Lacey. Emma Johnson, number 1, 93.5. That's a ridiculous grade. And you consider how much he plays, the endurance that takes. It's crazy. Have you been able to confirm or deny that stat?
Well, I think I found what he was looking for. So Nebraska's still dead last according to its overall ranking. But if you do the average, like per kid, then they're 8th.
Okay. Yeah. SEC narrative discovered just in a different way. I get it. It's all about how you look at it. Hey, here it is. Don't let the facts get in the way of a good story, Jake. All right. And this was pointed out by Brandon Walker on X. And this is what talking about. And A&M's had a phenomenal season. What they did Saturday was phenomenal. Coming back from 27-point deficit, outscoring your opponent 28-0 in the second half. That being said, when you look at their schedule, they played Missouri, LSU, Florida, Kentucky, Mississippi State, Auburn, South Carolina, Arkansas in their SEC schedule. Those are the bottom 8 teams in the SEC standings, just for comparison. So I'll be curious to see how they do if and when they make the SEC championship game. They'll play a Georgia. They'll play a Bama, someone like that. Oh, I forgot to mention this earlier with Jet Tamala. He's considered the 8th overall ranked quarterback in the country. Best of luck to him. All right. Let me see what else we got here. Is Dylan going to Penn State? Because they weren't sure in the press conference earlier this week.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I can see if I can run it down.
Does it mean anything to you if he does or doesn't go? That's my question.
I think it would be helpful, especially given the latest situation with his brother, if he did. But no, I wouldn't read overly into it.
Okay. Emily Eamon, her top 16 national volleyball 16 poll, top 16 teams. Number 1 was Nebraska. What stuck out to me was number 2. Do you remember we had to reverse sweep Kentucky earlier in the year in order to beat them? They're the one team that really pushed Nebraska. They're number 2 in the country. We could have a rematch in the national championship. Now we got a lot of sets and matches to play. That'd be an amazing rematch, though. They're the one team that really pushed Nebraska. It just stuck out to me that they're number 2. Let's see what else we got here. Got about, 80,000 things left. Let's go on to the next one. I know we got to go to break. Okay, I'll skip that one. Nebraska, the state of Nebraska, this is worth mentioning, has seven Nebraska college volleyball teams ranked top 20 nationally within their respective divisions. I remember talking about something similar at this time last year, by the way. Just volleyball in the state of Nebraska is phenomenal. All right, Nebraska recruiting 2027 up. Update, 4-star cornerback Aaron Washington is down to 5 schools: Alabama, Ohio State, Washington, USC, and Nebraska. That 2027 class has a chance to be special. Top 32 college basketball resume, strength of record only. Take a wild guess who's at number 11. Nebraska. Think about that for a second. And I've got a blind resume test in front of me. We don't have time to go all the way through it. Basically, Missouri, Louisville, Arizona State, Nebraska, Tennessee are all 7-3. You look at their strength of record, you look at their wins, losses, you look at everything. It's identical. Of those 5 teams, 2 of them are SEC teams. Of those 5 teams, you want to guess who the 2 ranked teams are?
Probably the SEC team.
Yeah, let's go to break on that. All right, don't go anywhere. I'll quick dodge. Hold on, what is it? Dodge, duck, dip. I'll quit dodging, ducking, dipping, diving, and dodging and make a final decision on my prediction. I'm literally going to finalize it during the break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
A business's phone is the lifeline to its customers and potential clients. That's why it's so important that you can take calls seamlessly from anywhere, whether you're on the road or in the office. Hamilton Business Technologies can help ensure your phone rings wherever you are. We can equip your headquarters and any of its locations with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we know how to keep Nebraska businesses connected. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 1221 N Street, Lincoln.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
It seems like just the other day, I was building my first house. I've seen many changes to our building market in Lincoln. It's been a fun road.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, we hear this a lot where I don't want to live in a cookie cutter home. Well, let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. One thing that we started doing early on was we started building neighborhoods. I'm a firm believer in character in your street and in your neighborhood. I like choice. I like variation. I like maybe something a little bit different in a neighborhood that you don't see in every neighborhood. I think it's great to have choices, its uniqueness, and I think that's what gives a neighborhood character. And I think that's what we've done over the years.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
I'm Steve Carper, and I'm here to tell you that there's never been a better time to buy flooring. Whether you need carpet, wood flooring, ceramic tile, vinyl, area rugs, or custom blinds, you got to come to O Street Carpet. With our 12-month interest-free financing, you can do one room or your whole house and leave your holiday budget intact. And with our huge in-stock selection, you can buy today and we'll install it right away. 1732 O Street. We want to make you a customer for life.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
This is the Adam Carriker Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Did I miss it?
You missed it.
I didn't hear the music. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry. Normally you get the boom when you're coming back in. Sorry. Forgot to put the headphones on. I'm like, wait, why can't I hear anything? Like I said, all over the place. All right. We're going to get to the pick'em real quick. Jake says there's a little bit of separation now, but we'll get to that in a moment. All right, the Adam Carriker Show brought to you by Suizo Construction, where safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. Suizo is hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work and a team that has your back both on and off the job site. Ladies and gentlemen, apply today at Suizo.com. 40 years strong in business. Suizo Construction. Again, Suizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com. Also, shout out to Hamilton Telecommunications, bringing you the latest in quality technology and communication services since 1901. Learn more about their residential and business services at HamiltonTel.com. That's Hamilton, TEL.com. One of us talked way too much today, so we better go right into the pick'em. Oh, what is the score, Jake? Do we need to play Bad News Bach before you tell us?
Yeah, I might as well. It's bad news for myself, so.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Oh, boy.
Bad news.
So I was trailing you last week. I decided to try to chase some points. Ended up going 1-4. So that didn't help. You went 3-2. So you're at 44-24. I'm at 37-31. 7 games behind. Going to be tough to catch up here as we pick 5 games a week. But in any case, let's jump into it. 2 ranked matchups this week. We'll start with the first one in the SEC, despite the fact you don't think Missouri should be ranked. Number 22, Missouri at number 8, Oklahoma. Oklahoma favored by 6.5. $57 to get into Norman.
I didn't say they should be ranked. I said the resumes are so, and I didn't have time to go into it. They're insanely similar, but it just so happens the 2 SEC teams are ranked. Shocker. Now let's go talk about ranked wins for all the SEC teams that we've decided to rank, and then they play each other. Anyways, I'll get off my SEC high horse, and I'll get back on it on Monday, probably. What were the teams?
Missouri at Oklahoma.
Oh, yes. Oklahoma's a favorite. I don't know. I'm going to go Oklahoma. You have such a big win, and then you got to come home and play a decent Missouri team? You could easily have a letdown. I'm just going to go with Oklahoma. I don't have a whole lot of faith. What about you?
I'm going with Oklahoma. Missouri's been beat up this season. Let's go to the other ranked matchup. Number 15, USC at number 7, Oregon. Big Ten needs to win for USC, potentially get 4 teams in. $126 to get into Autzen. 10.5-point favorites are the Quacking Ducks.
They're off a bye, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
At home, off a bye. I would have picked Oregon had they played 8 straight games on the road. So USC will probably win, but I'm going to go with Oregon. To be clear, we need USC to win because I don't know who else the 4th Big Ten team is going to be in the playoff.
The only other possibility would be if Michigan beat Ohio State.
I'm not very. Every year I pick Ohio State and then they lose. We need USC to win, but I'm taking Oregon.
Yeah, I'm definitely cheering for the Trojans, but I can't pick them here. Let's get to a rivalry I know you like from back in the 90s. Number 20, Tennessee at Florida. Florida's been close to knocking teams off this year, and the odds makers thinks this one will be close. Tennessee, 4.5-point favorites going into the Swamp. $43 to get in Florida.
I was going to take Tennessee either way, so give me the balls.
All right, I think this is the time where Florida finally gets their upset.
Ooh, okay.
They've been chomping close.
Okay.
Not quite landing quite yet. Let's go to the most expensive ticket this week. $134 to get into Cal at Stanford.
Really?
On the ACC network, by the way. $134, like I said, to get in. Cal, 3.5-point favorite.
I don't know anything about either one of these teams. Other than I know Stanford, for some reason, played Florida State and then beat them in an ACC game earlier this year. I don't know anything. Who's favored? Who's the home team?
Cal's favored by 3.5. Stanford's the home team.
Oh, how about this? I will give you a chance to make up some ground. You pick, I'll take the other team.
All right, I'm going with Cal.
Okay, give me Stanford.
All right. Hopefully that works out in my favor based on the results this year. It will not. Let's get to the teas throughout the week from the most expensive ticket to the least expensive ticket. Unfortunately, $6 to get in Nebraska at Penn State. Penn State favored by 7.5. Yeah, it is literally the cheapest ticket in college football this year.
I literally just okay. That shows me how not excited they are to play. Their fans are. I was going to flip to Penn State. I spent this whole show, and I decided, I went to the bathroom, okay? And I came back, and I'm like, I'm flipping to Penn State. No, not after that. This is how razor thin the margin is. I'm going based off the price of the freaking ticket. I'm going back to Nebraska. I'm flipping back. Don't ask for any logical explanation as to why, because I'm going to give you $6 tickets, and that's not logical. I'm staying with Nebraska. I might as well just stay with the same score prediction then. No. I think it's going to be a lower score, uglier game than I predicted earlier this week. Give me 17-14 Nebraska. It's going to be lower scoring, though.
I like it. I think TJ Latif's legs are the key this week. I will go with a 20-17 Husker victory.
Just slightly different.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think it could be a low-scoring game.
I was going to flip to Penn State.
Yeah.
Would you have played Bad News Bach had I flipped?
I probably would have, yeah.
Dude, it's literally the $6 tickets. How ridiculous is this? That's how unpredictable this game is. I know, you're not shaking your head at me. You're shaking your head at the time. I understand. All right, ladies and gentlemen, go Big Red. And always remember to throw them bones.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't